Well, that wasn't exciting.
Yeah, right? Again, no answers. Not even any clues. Gonna turn this off, you can get reflection on you. Come on. There we go. This is the return.
I was just kind of waiting for something to happen.
Right? It's like, just so much feelings and emotions and, no action or...
All we get is that giant hand from Super Smash Brothers.
I was waiting for it to go, no, what'd you really fucking think?
That was alright.
Just alright?
Yeah.
For a two-parter?
Yeah. Oh, there's more?
No, that's the end of the show. It just stops there.
Oh, see, I just thought it was a bit of a letdown ending, but...
Yeah, it's very Sopranos that way. It just cuts to black. That's it. No, this is... the funny thing is... we were talking about, like, the big battles and stuff like that, and we sort of have this really intimidating thing come down. We get a lot of...
As a politician, I'm always scared when fingers are pointed at me.
And it comes down, and pretty much, like... It goes very Walking Dead to me, like, with the town evacuating, it's genuinely uncomfortable, you feel this threat throughout the whole thing.
Haven't seen it.
And they go up to it. Really, it just that dread feeling that you go up against something, and it's like, you don't even have a chance. And it doesn't even really sort of play around with it. It's like, no, you legitimately didn't have a chance, and you lost.
They had a little bit more chance with Steven there.
Yeah, with the...
Just saying! Again.
Yeah, oh no, I don't disagree, and obviously, I mean, they explain more how much Steven really is Rose.
Steven, you must be that voice for these useless town folk.
What?
Alright, whatever.
Oh, that's so friggin' bright. Okay, sorry, just gonna turn this down a notch.
What are you doing?
Just the X-Men, Mike, OCD, sorry. That looks a little better. Or maybe not, maybe no, watch, the sun's gonna go down. Whatever, you know what? We got automatic this shit. No, we're not. I'm just going to turn it up a little brighter. I'm totally distracting from this episode. Sorry.
Yeah. Also, Lapis. A2 Lapis.
Well, she said they were coming. She warned them. But
it looks like she's in cahoots with them.
Well, and again, I mean, they sort of clarify what we knew. We just didn't know the time frame.
I smell a double, triple, quadruple, quint. Sextuplet double cross.
Well, I think it's obvious. Yeah, she's probably gonna turn around and be like.
I think she was probably forced into.
Yeah, she's obviously very reluctant.
Cajoled, if you will.
But yeah, you have this great big intimidating force. I don't know if that's Yellow Diamond or if Yellow Diamond is something else, because she says Yellow Diamond has to see this. It's like, is it like the Rock or the Boulder? Is it like the Boulder is not
pink hearts and purple horseshoes?
This is the worst Lucky Charms commercial ever. I know. I'm like, wow, Lucky Charms got intense.
Yellow Diamonds attack. Eat these Lucky Charms.
She splits Garnet in half.
She kind of reminds me, the character design kind of reminds me of the bad guy from The Incredibles. You caught me monologue.
Well, I like how she legitimately doesn't care until she sees what Steven is, and then she becomes interested.
I expected so much more.
God, I still love Peridot's design, too, the way she can just take apart and the fingers and edge. Every time I see that, I'm like, God, that's such a cool design.
They killed Garnet! You bastards!
Well, they split her in half. Remember, we saw that with Pearl, too. Like, it can get
it's
damage.
Still scary.
And what a great part to stop. I mean, like I said, it's not even that big a battle. It's just like no, piss off, it's just like a bitch slap and they're down. I mean, I just love that.
How much was Steven around... I feel like when his dad was explaining things that Steven should have somehow known some of this, but the problem is the show is in such small snippets.
You kind of forget what they know and what they don't.
Yeah, I kind of forget. It's like, did Steven know all this shit? Or, like... Because for me as an audience member, I'm like, yeah, this was, like, kind of redux of, like...
Well, we didn't know when it was. We knew it was thousands and thousands
almost
of
like
years.
We're grown-ass adults watching a cartoon.
Right. Bunch of losers they be.
No, I mean, that was fine to get the recap, but it was more... I didn't mind the recap. It was more like, I'm like, didn't Steven know this? But maybe he didn't, because...
Yeah, it is kind of hard remembering. Or just didn't Steven kind of figure it out or whatever. But we do get a little bit more info that was mostly Rose that sort of cut them away from, the sort of the Gems doing these bad things, and they just pretty much take over whatever they come across.
We knew that.
Did we?
Already, yeah. Because Pearl, there was one of the ones where Pearl said she would follow Rose to the ends of the earth. I mean, if you're going to follow somebody, that means it was their idea. Hence, you are following them.
I guess so. But yeah, they're
so
obviously...
no useful information delivered.
Well, but again...
Total waste of time.
No, but again...
actually, I thought it was fine.
It does sort of show...
You need the recap in case you haven't been watching the show from the beginning.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what this is,
the
1,000 Years thing. But you're right, I kind of sort of thought Steven would figure that out too. But again, just sort of that resentment that they follow her. They're like, okay, we're with you, let's go. And then she sort of finds a guy and becomes this child or whatever. And again, it's like, okay, it's your life, but it's like, yeah, we kind of gave up everything here, to kind of follow you, and now you're doing this, and we're gonna sort of be like almost raising you and stuff. So it's not that it's bad, but you can kind of see where they would feel, like I said, kind of this hostility, both kind of towards her or towards themselves or whatever, just these unfigured out feelings.
Light cannon, one of the greatest weapons to completely fail. That
was really cool seeing them go around.
I know, there was all that buildup, and then it's like, that was just like, oh. I thought that was going to be more impressive.
Well, and there's something, we've seen, whatever, giant hands in movies and stuff, or shows, whatever. I mean, that's nothing that new. But just the pointing, I thought that was very intimidating.
We want you.
We kind of see this new villain come out, and it's obviously very intimidating, and takes them out very easily, but is intrigued with, Rose being, whatever, Steven now. We don't know what happened. The next one's called Jailbreak, so I'm assuming it's them breaking out of prison. And
no, it's actually about them going to prison. It's an ironic twist.
Well, they have to go to prison to break out of it, but...
Why don't you just play the next one?
Maybe I will. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other...
Want to know what happens?
Well, the one last thing I'll bring up.
My God!
No, I love how they...
We're sitting here and it's on pause right over here. I want to know what happens.
No, the last thing I'll say is that I love how in such a short time span, Adventure Time does this too, and I'm so impressed by it, that they can, the town is leaving, they're all getting out of there and stuff, and within, these are only 11 minutes, and you feel like, wow, this is really big what's going on right now, even though it's just the town leaving and stuff. It's like, you get it, and it's all really
great. That's wonderful. You know what would be even more amazing? If I found out what happens after that 11 minutes.
I'm just gonna stall here. I'm gonna hold government hostage while I just read all this stuff. I have my lunch set and everything, and I'm going to Washington. I'm going to stall!